Oh boy, I know for a fact I'm about to get a lot of hate for this video, and many people are not gonna like this video maybe, but hey, listen, there's always something good in a bad game. Once again, this is an opinion-based video. Let's go. So recently I did a live stream and I've been doing little polls on my YouTube channel, and of course I've been asking many things about Sonic 06 and about comparing it to other games, what are the best things in Sonic 06. And I did do a recent live stream and I did ask people what video did I do. I showed them the thumbnails and everything and they obviously chose Sonic 06. So, yep, that's why I'm doing this video. But man, I'm not gonna lie, Sonic 06 is one of the most hated, one of the worst Sonic games ever released for the Sonic franchise, and that I can definitely agree with. Now, when it comes to Sonic 06, I can definitely say that thanks to Chaos X and his creation to Project 06, many people are starting to love the game. Now, when I'm saying starting to love the game, this is a couple years back with many patches and releases, such as the Silver release, which is the latest one that we've got. So, based on the title of the video, I know for a fact many people are saying, hey yo, what do you mean perfect game? What is this? A good game? A great game? This game is trash. Yes, listen, hear me out for a second. Now, in my poll, I did ask, what was the best thing about Sonic 06? And if there's one thing that we can all agree on, one thing for sure, the soundtrack in this game, which I forgot to add, I did add boss battles, which I don't know why I add boss battles, but the soundtrack in this game, His World is one of the most iconic songs for the Sonic, wow, what the hell's wrong with me, man? Sonic, come on, man. I'm leaving that in for the memes, come on, man. But yeah, the soundtrack in this game is truly immaculate and one of the best things in the Sonic franchise. That we can definitely agree on. Now, once again, we're talking about the best things for this specific game, and many people don't tend to realize, but there's actually many good ideas, and there were just so much great potential for this game. And yes, many people know that this game had a great potential, but what happened? Sega rushed the game. Why? Because there's some deadline and everything that was going on with sales. People were divided as well in the Sega team, corporation, whatever, and they were working on Sonic and the Secret Rings as well. Now, when we take a look at the story, we're going to be focusing on the story right now. When you take a look at the three characters, Sonic, Shadow, and Silver, we got to be honest, Shadow had the best potential, the best story out of all of the three. Now, I'm not hating on Sonic and Silver. Well, come on, man. Sonic's story, come on, man. Now, Sonic's story, if we're being completely honest, we're going to leave it to the side because Sonic's story is just purely just trash. It's, I don't know what Sega was thinking. Now, this is my thinking. I think Sega didn't do the most with Sonic. Number one, because they're like, oh, people already know him. What's the point of us giving him a good story? You know, let's just focus mostly on Shadow and Silver. Even then, Silver's story wasn't the greatest. But I feel like if they do little tweaks right there in their story, then the story for them could have had great potential. Now, for Shadow's story, that is a great depiction of potential, because everything was written so great about Shadow. And now, I'm not gonna lie, the voice acting for this specific game as well was crazy and top tier. Now, I know many people do tend to love this specific era for the Sonic franchise. Jason Griffith's Sonic and Shadow voice, and of course many other great cast members during that specific era. Now that we can all definitely probably agree on, because I know many people grew up in that era of Sonic. So, hey, that's just my opinion. You guys are free to disagree as well. Now, the story did have great potential, I'm not gonna lie, because when you combine every single story, they all match up in a way, because obviously they're all facing Mephiles, which is the great big bad guy, the great big daddy of the whole type. Ayo. He's basically the whole main villain of the entire game. Now, excluding Eggman, because, oh wait, hold on, wait, I can't forget about my homie Eggman. Now, what were they thinking when they made this man Eggman look so realistic? My man actually looks human in this game. What? Now, that's my only complaint. My man Eggman looks absolutely disgusting in this game, and if they ever do a remake of this game, please fix that, because I'm not trying to see that horrendous type of scary man in my life. Like, come on, man. Come on, Sega. Please fix that. But yeah, that's my only complaint with Eggman. So, I mean, he played his role in the story. It's basic. Now, going back to Mephiles. Mephiles is probably one of the most greatest iconic Sonic villains. If it wasn't for Sonic 06, we would not have Mephiles right now. We can all agree on that as well. Mephiles was so well written. he's probably one of the most scariest villains in the Sonic franchise. My man killed Sonic. Who has ever accomplished that? Now, I know we've had many other villains such as Eggman, Infinite, Metal Sonic. Now, we've had plenty of different villains who have tried to kill Sonic. We can all definitely agree on that. But man, Mephiles, dude, I don't know what it is, but I'm glad that they brought him back in Shadow Generations. He's one of the most iconic Sonic villains in the Sonic franchise, even though he's only appeared in 2 games as of right now, Sonic 06 and Shadow Generations. Now, the story might be the greatest thing in Sonic 06, but I feel like it might be there like at a 90%, and with little bits of tweaks and little touches to it, it might be one of the greatest stories in the Sonic franchise, and you can't disagree with that. You know for a fact this is probably one of the greatest stories ever for the Sonic franchise, because we were introduced to many new characters: Silver, Mephiles, Blaze. Oh wait, I can't even forget about my homegirl Blaze. Dude, I swear this is gonna be one of the longest videos I've done in a while, because dude, there's just so many things to talk about this game. Now, Blaze, yes, Blaze is literally like a sister to Silver, if we're being completely honest, even though many people do ship both Silver and Blaze. I don't know who you people are, but you guys are weird. Nah, I'm playing. Hey, you guys do you. Now, Blaze is probably one of the most forgotten characters in the Sonic franchise, besides Sonic Rush and of course this game, Sonic 06. Now, Blaze had great potential in this game because of course he is from the future with Silver, both new characters introduced in this game. Now, I could also say that Blaze did play a huge role in Sonic 06 in the story, because of course Silver was kind of hypnotized by Mephiles into thinking that he had to kill Sonic. Now, that's probably one of the biggest plot twists at Silver. Everyone thought, oh yo, he's a good guy, and then boom, all of a sudden my man was indirectly working for Mephiles because he was tricked into thinking to kill Sonic because he was the Iblis trigger for my man. My man was like, nah, you the bad one. So, you know, my man was tricked. Blaze was like, nah, you got the wrong person. And then, you know, she did play a huge role. She did try to get my man Silver to not do it, but he was obviously trying to fight Sonic, and we got the whole famous meme of, it's no use.
Hey! It's no use! Take this!
Now, I can drag the whole story on and on, but come on, you get my point. The story is probably one of the greatest stories in the Sonic franchise. Now, many people do tend to love the story, but many people tend to not like the story, such as Sonic's story. Why? Because we do have that one specific moment. Come on, man. You guys know exactly what moment I'm talking about. Yeah, that moment. The cringiest moment of the game. Now, setting the story aside, we can all agree on the level designs. Now, besides the bugs and of course the glitches, the level design in this game is probably one of the best level designs we've ever seen in a Sonic game. Now, I'm not necessarily the hugest fan of, let's say for the Shadow portion, I do not like him driving the vehicles, but that's just my opinion. So yeah, I just want my man to just be like Sonic and you don't have any sort of vehicles to use with my man. But you know, that's what they decided to implement and use. Now, of course, there's many unique characters such as Tails, Knuckles, Rouge, Omega, and I can go on with all of these different characters, and Blaze as well. Now, when it comes to the level design, this is probably one of my favorite things as well, because now I can agree why many people tend to be like, this is technically Sonic Adventure 3. And I personally feel like that's the route that Sega was trying to go for, because after the success of the adventure games, they probably wanted to make it Sonic Adventure 3, and this was technically Sonic Adventure 3 because, number one, for Knuckles and Rouge, they both glide. What did they do in Sonic Adventure 2? They both glided. And they're technically treasure hunters in this game because they do have to look for keys, specifically more for Rouge from what I remember. Knuckles gameplay, I can't remember at the top of my head right now, but Tails also, he flew around. The Sonic and Shadow sections of the games were mostly speed sections, kind of like how they were in Sonic Adventure 2. So that's my take on level designs. The level designs are probably one of the best level designs. They look gorgeous, they look great. Now that's all thanks to, once again, me replaying it on Sonic P06 and realizing, wow, this game did look good. Now, once again, each character had their own specific level design for their own gameplay style. Now, Sonic and Shadows were kind of similar in their own way. Now, both of those stories, once again, now I'm not comparing, you know, each in their own level, you know, they're both different. Now, when you compare Silver's to both Sonic and Shadow's. Silver's level were a little bit more slow paced, and of course why is because he's not as fast as Sonic and Shadow, and he has to use his telekinesis powers to move things around, and that's pretty cool. Now you can disagree with me once again because that's what I think. I think it's a little bit more slow paced, and I'm not really a huge fan of the Silver levels compared to the Sonic and Shadow ones. Now moving on from level designs, now once again level designs for me is one of the greatest things for this game, and it did have a lot of potential, so that's my take on it. Up next, we do have boss fights in the game. Now, when it came to the boss fights, I feel like these boss fights, man, they made me rage a lot. Now, when I did play the original version, which you can play the boss fights right now in Sonic P06, at least for me, from what I know, I haven't gotten any chance to do the boss fights. So you guys can help me down in the comments down below if that's the case. But when I did do the original one, thanks to the bugs and glitches, I did have a hard time as well. But in general, the boss fights, they were actually pretty tough, and I tend to rage not only because of the glitches and the bugs, but because of how hard the actual bosses were in these games. I was like, wow. Specifically, I had this problem with, I can't remember it at the top of my head, but it was a Shadow boss fight. If not, it was a Sonic one. I'm gonna pull it up right now so you can know what I'm talking about. And it was like a lava area, and then, oh dude, I was struggling, and yeah, your boy, I'm not a good gamer. But yeah, I gotta give it to Sega. They did make good boss fights in this game. And as much as you want to disagree with you, come on. The boss fights in the game were pretty unique in their own way. Now, once again, the last thing, and I know many people tend to love this so much about this specific game, besides the music, are the models and the character selection that they chose. Now, of course, they added a bunch of new characters such as Silver, Blaze, Mephiles, and come on, man, you know exactly who I'm about to say right now. Elise. Alright, I'm sorry. Come on, Elise, yeah, many people don't like her. Yeah, I don't really like her as well. Come on, man. But hey, you gotta give Sega credit. They at least added something original here. Now, the models for the game now, that I can definitely say is probably one of the best things in this game. We got a more mature, taller looking Sonic. He looks more like I'm ready to do anything right now. And once again, I did do many videos on this specific topic where I did say Sonic needs a new design, the Sonic 06 design thanks to P06, and they looked a lot better compared to previous Sonic's model that we've gotten. Now, not all of the Sonic models have been great, to be honest, but yeah, they did look a lot cooler, and they did look pretty unique in their own way. Every single character model in this game looked phenomenal, at least my opinion once again. So yeah, that's pretty much my take on today's video on why I personally think that Sonic 06 had great potential, one of the best games ever released. Now, I'm not glazing Sonic 06. It sounds like I am glazing it. Now, it's one of my favorite games, definitely for sure. Not in the top, you feel me? Like top 3 games of all time. No, it's definitely not there. But if we ever do get a remake of this game, yes, I would definitely, and I know many people would be down to play this game because this game had such great potential. It's one of the coolest concepts in the Sonic franchise. You can't disagree with me right there. This is one of the coolest. I think that's why many people say that this is technically Sonic Adventure 3. So once again, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I would like to hear, what are your thoughts on Sonic 06? Did it have great potential? Is it one of your favorite games? Is it just up there like, oh, nah, this game is just trash? So yeah, hey, I'm looking at only the good things about this game today. So yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like and subscribe as we're trying to grow even more. And yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys think about this specific game. I'll catch you guys in the comments. Take care and peace.